G'day and welcome to another big edition of the BFNL Netball Show. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by Kim Bailey, and what a big round of netball we got coming up, Kim, and what a big round we've just had.
Yeah, and it was absolutely atrocious conditions last weekend. I got a video from Kate McMahon on Saturday morning showing the under-19 games played at City Oval, and the shooter's putting the ball up, and she's put it up and the ball's just gone about 10 metres away from the post. So hard conditions, but still some pretty high scores out there. So yeah, it's heating up. Now,
let's see, one of the games we'll talk about in A grade. Redan pitting North Ballarat City by 15 goals, 41-26.
Yeah, Sash McDonald was unavailable because Sovereigns had a game, and the same down the other end. We didn't have Erin Riley available for Redan as well. So there was a few girls out, but you know, it was a really comfortable victory for Redan in the end, and it's just that inconsistency with North. You know, they could knock off the team at any particular time, but yeah, I don't know if the wind got them, but it was the second quarter where they only had scored 4 goals for the quarter. And when you're trying to average at least between 12 and 15, that affects you, and that's okay. Then they had a 10-goal quarter in the third, and then in the last quarter they only scored 4 goals again. So it's just that inconsistency. And they switched the lineups. They had Maddie Salmon in, and then they put Laura McDonald in, and had Gina McCartney in there as well. So just trying to find that combination that worked, and nothing seemed to work from that day.
They were shooting into a breeze at Lake Windermere, so which you usually don't see.
Yeah, so was Redan. So you know, it was had to go both ends, and you can see with the shooting percentages, Liv Jorgensen was 60%, Ruby Parry was 57%. So they were both down, but Emma Impaneri, she stayed in defence, and she's an awesome defender. If you can keep those goalers down there, why would you take Emma out? And young Ash Smith is she's only a baby and played really well in defence. And I think the beauty there, you can, both your shooter and your keeper, you can swap them around. So yeah, Cassie Peace has been having a great season, first season back for a while. Yeah, but Redan are looking good. We thought they were petering off a little bit, but they've responded. So, yeah, well done to them.
Fantastic work from them. I'll just go through some of the other scores from the weekend without going into too much detail. We had Bacchus Marsh 35 defeating Melton South 26 by 9 goals. Scores were level at three-quarter time. Darley, unfortunately, we weren't able to sort of get up there on the weekend against East Point.
East looking good, coming good right at the end of the season.
And that's what it's all about. It's about getting your form right now.
Peaking.
And so they ended up winning that one by 29 goals. Good effort there. We had Lake Windermere too strong for Melton by 19 goals. And in the other game, I think that's all. We had Sunbury were too strong for Ballarat by 32 goals. Just kept going. Put the foot down in the last quarter.
Yeah, and just Ballarat again, it's just that inconsistency. I thought they'd actually run them a little bit more than they did, but Chloe Curran's shooting at 83%, so 46 goals in that win is pretty good. And Ruth Smith's back into some really good form as well. And Tara Munro has had a great season, and Ash Hardy also had a really good game. She's such a drive through that midcourt. I love watching her come out of defence and driving that ball down the middle. But yeah, so interesting results. Just a couple of shout outs, Chris, before we move on. We've had some SSV, some state school Victoria announcements this week, and it's really pleasing to see 2 girls that play in the BFL make the under-15 state team. So Lavinia Fox, who plays for North Ballarat, her second year in, she was in the under-12s as well, and then now has made under-15s. And Grace, I'm going to try and say this right, I think it's Valal. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but hopefully that's correct. And she plays for Mountain South in under-19s. A beautiful leap for a defender. She's got really great standing elevation, so she's made the under-15 teams as well. And they'll join young Millie Sharp, who's in the under-12 fixed team as well. They'll head off to Adelaide to play. So congratulations, girls. Some great talent in our league.
Future is looking bright, Kim, in our comp. So. Exciting stuff. Now we've got some big games coming up this weekend, and we start with Bacchus Marsh and Darley.
Yeah, it'd be a really good game. Bacchus Marsh had another good win against Mountain South over the weekend. I think they're on the rise. I'm going to go for the Marsh.
I'm not going to go against you on that one. I just think Darley, they dropped off the mark against a red-hot East Point on the weekend, and by 29 goals. And
Just got to get some consistency.
Exactly. Next big one, Ballarat and Redan. Redan coming in some good form, and Ballarat, their last quarter was pretty ordinary last week. They conceded nearly 20 goals for the quarter against Sunbury, so they need a big turnaround in form if they ever bounce back.
Yeah, look, they're just, I don't know what it is. You know, they've got good players out there. They've got a great coach, just been one of those seasons. Redan, you know, they've got some strength all over the court. They'll have their full list available this week, and I just think they'll be far too strong.
Yep, two sleek. Another very important game. We've got Sebas and Lake Windaree. Yeah. Sebas coming off, I think they had the bye last week, so they need to have a chance to regroup and make a good charge towards the finals.
Yeah, so I think what are they, sitting second?
Yep, sitting second. Lake Windaree sitting in sixth position, just 6 points behind them.
Yeah, so it's really close, the ladders, aren't they? They can still move, but I think Sebas have been the more consistent team this year, and I think they'll get the win.
Going to back the Lakers to make this run home towards the finals an epic finale, because we've still got a few more twists and turns in this one, and I think this game is going to play a part in that, Kim. I can feel it. So I'm sticking with the Lakers here.
All right, okay, that's fine. We'd like to get a bit of difference.
Oh, pumped! I'm pumped. We've got Melton versus Sunbury Lions.
Yeah, and poor Melton, they have been struggling, but I think Sunbury's just going to be too strong. You know, they don't even think they've lost a game this season, Chris, have they?
No, they've just had the draw.
Yeah,
so
just the draw. That's the only thing, and I think, you know, it's just top versus bottom place, and be really a brave person to pick against them, I think.
Yep.
It's not going to be me. I'm not going to be that brave person this week.
I'm not even going to try.
No,
We'll try. No way, not this week. Last big game, North Ballarat City take on Melton South.
Yeah, interesting game. They'll all be available. Bet Call will be back this week. I don't think she would have any restrictions. I know she's got a final for VNL next week. But North really need to win this game. I think it's vital to see where they're going to sit. Sash McDonald should be back. They need to get the sort of win, but Melton South will push them all the way. I just think they're Melton South's goaling end is really strong. Don't know where the strength is there all down the rest of the court. Look, I'm going to keep backing North because I know the talent they have got. They've just got to get that consistency on the court.
We're going to go Melton South just to make things interesting at the top end of the ladder.
Yes.
Want to see?
Shake it up a bit.
Absolutely. Kim, thanks so much for joining us on this week's edition of the BFNL Netball Show. We look forward to catching up with you later on.
No worries.